Yeah, bread. It sure is impossible to avoid, isn't it? We eat it so much, it almost feels as essential as water or air. After all, we've been eating bread for over 14,000 years. But by now, you probably know that this inescapable food can be detrimental to your health. Most types of bread are high in carbs and contain significant quantities of added sugar, and most nutritionists believe that bread is a main villain of the diabetes epidemic. So, does that mean you must ditch the dough and go without this global staple? No. Well, not exactly. You may need to rethink your old bread habits. But don't fret just yet. There are exciting alternatives which not only won't spike your blood sugar, they can also supply some amazing health benefits. That's right, we're about to unveil 8 diabetic-friendly bread choices and bread replacements. But first, we'd love if you hit that like button. And why not subscribe to our channel? We're Diabetes Smarts, and we've got 2 exciting free gifts coming your way. Stay tuned to discover how you can grab both. Now, don't be a wise guy. It's time to cough up the dough, because we've got the 8 best bread alternatives for diabetics. Ah, that magical, fluffy white bread. How many sandwiches have you made with this classic? Probably too many to count. But by now you most certainly know that white bread is high carb, high sugar, and high on the glycemic index. This means that white bread isn't a great option for those worried about diabetes. Plain old, unassuming white bread is actually highly processed and made from heavily refined flour. It's also usually loaded with added sugar content. Indeed, it's considered to be one of the worst types of food you can eat if you're battling a diabetes diagnosis. Even if you're not diabetic, simple carbohydrate, sugar-laden breads can add on the pounds and raise your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The good news is that there are still certain varieties of bread and bread-like products which can be beneficial to your health. That's right, even if you're struggling with erratic glucose levels, bread can still be on the menu. So, without further ado, let's count down the 8 best bread alternatives for diabetics. Number 8. Whole wheat tortillas. Did you think tortillas are a no-go food for people with diabetes? It's time to think again. 100% whole grain tortilla wraps should supply the benefits which come from utilizing the whole grain. That means they'll include the fiber-filled outer layer, or bran, the middle endosperm layer, and the nutrient-packed germ, or the core of the grain. Multiple studies have shown that consuming whole grains can fight obesity, help prevent diabetes, and lower the risk of heart disease. In fact, a recent nutrition, metabolism, and cardiovascular diseases study revealed that participants who ate 2.5 servings of whole grains daily reduced their risk of a heart attack by 21%. Whole wheat tortillas will include a variety of beneficial nutrients, including calcium, iron, and potassium. One true whole grain tortilla should contain just 92 calories, less than half a gram of fat, 19.5 grams of carbohydrate, and 2.5 grams of fiber. 2 slices of white bread can contain upwards of 132 calories, over 25 grams of carbs, with just about 1 gram of fiber. Therefore, if you replace your normal white bread sandwich with a whole grain wrap, you'll reap plenty of health benefits. Just make sure to watch out for white flour or corn tortillas. They'll contain more starch, less protein and fiber, and are usually made with refined sugars and hydrogenated fats. So, instead of that typical high-carb white bread, why not try out a 100% whole wheat wrap for your next lunchtime sandwich? Number 7. Ezekiel bread. Is this just a random bread made by some guy named Ezekiel? Nope, this is actually a flourless, cholesterol-free, low-carb, diabetic-friendly alternative to refined white bread. Made from whole grains which have started to sprout, this bread gets its name from the Bible's book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, verse 9. Translated, it says, "Take wheat and barley, beans and lentils, millet and spelt, put them in a storage jar and use them to make bread for yourself." Ezekiel bread can supply a vast assortment of nutrients, from B vitamins to folic acid to beneficial minerals like calcium, iron, and magnesium. But the secret power behind Ezekiel bread comes from the sprouting process, which breaks down starches and lowers the carbohydrate content. Sprouting also makes it easier for your body to absorb essential minerals from the grains. Plus, sprouted grains release more natural antioxidants than unsprouted seeds. 2 slices will clock in at 160 calories, with 8 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbohydrate, and 6 grams of fiber. So, while it still contains a significant carb load, the respectable fiber and protein content can work to slow your body's insulin response. In the end, Ezekiel bread carries a glycemic index score of only 36, which makes it a low GI food. That's why this and other sprouted grain breads can be a good anti-diabetes sandwich choice. Number 6. Lettuce wraps. Did you know that lettuce was once the food of Persian kings? Today, lettuce has a less glamorous and somewhat boring image. But a simple head of lettuce can be used to create a whimsical, satisfying veggie-based wrap replacement. A 2004 diabetes care study found that people who regularly ate leafy greens, like lettuce, were less likely to develop type 2 diabetes. Regular lettuce consumption may even lower the risk of arterial stiffness and heart attacks. Lettuce is low carb, low calorie, and supplies plenty of vitamins and essential minerals. 1 cup of lettuce, on average, contains only 8 calories, 0 cholesterol, and less than 2 grams of carbohydrate. Plus, lettuce supplies trace amounts of vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and potassium. The large outer leaves of iceberg lettuce can make for an excellent tortilla wrap or pita bread substitute. But if you want more crunch and extra nutrients, go for romaine lettuce. This elongated variety of lettuce offers a higher amount of vitamins and minerals. Whichever type of lettuce you choose, you'll help your body ditch those unneeded extra carbs, while gifting your system with plenty of positive nutrition. Number 5. Almond bread. Here's a white bread alternative that is way better than the regular stuff. But what makes it so special? The secret is in the flour. Almond flour has an extremely low GI of less than 1. It also has lower sugar and carb content than regular wheat flour. However, at first glance, this style of bread may sound less than healthy. 2 slices can supply about 250 calories, with over 10 grams of fat. But most of the fat content is in the form of heart-healthy mono and polyunsaturated fats. Plus, 2 slices contain only about 8 grams of total carbohydrate, with 4 grams of fiber. That's a great carb-to-fiber ratio. And all in all, this makes almond bread a much better choice for managing your blood sugar levels than typical white bread. Almond flour also boasts plenty of beneficial nutrients, including calcium, iron, manganese, potassium, and vitamin E, an antioxidant which has been shown to improve brain health. This form of flour is also a great source of magnesium, which studies show aids with blood sugar regulation. And almond bread's high protein, fat, and fiber content will fill you up quicker while slowing digestion, which also helps improve glucose control. Numbers 4 to 1 are on the way, but first, let's get you your 2 free gifts. Up your kitchen cred and discover some of the world's most nutritious ingredients with our new ebook, Superfoods for Diabetics. And get an inside look into your health with exclusive interviews from leading medical and nutritional professionals in episode 1 of that diabetes documentary. To get both gifts, simply click the link in the description below. And now, back to the list. Number 4. Bell pepper sandwiches. Bell peppers, or capsicums, come in a wonderful rainbow of vibrant colors. But no matter which hue you choose, you'll gain an assortment of nutrients and a striking flavor. Over 90% of bell pepper is water, so they can help keep you hydrated. A 100-gram serving of raw bell peppers supplies just 31 calories, with 1 gram of protein, 6 grams of carbs, and 2 grams of fiber. That good carb-to-fiber ratio helps give bell peppers a low GI score of around 15. And this means that bell peppers can bring you a deliciously bold flavor without spiking your blood sugar. Plus, several studies found that peppers may even help reduce the risk of coronary heart disease and even certain forms of cancer. That's thanks to the high levels of vitamins, minerals, and valuable antioxidant content. In fact, a medium-sized red bell pepper can contain about 170% of your daily recommended requirement for vitamin C. Bell peppers are also a rich source of potassium, which aids heart health, vitamin A, aka beta-carotene, which aids eye health, and vitamin B6, otherwise called pyridoxine, which helps your body manufacture red blood cells. To use this highly nutritious food as a bread replacement, simply cut your pepper in half and de-seed it. You now have a low-calorie, low-carb, nutrition-packed, crunchy bread alternative. So don't be afraid to try a bell pepper for your next veggie-based mini sandwich. Number 3. Eggplant roll-ups. Europeans call them aubergines, but you may know this nightshade vegetable simply as eggplant. Over 95% of an eggplant's content is pure water, and 1 cup of cubed eggplant supplies just 20 calories and 0 cholesterol. Containing only 4.8 grams of total carbohydrate, but 2.4 grams of fiber, eggplant boasts an exceptional carb-to-fiber ratio. That means the humble, low-GI eggplant can be a wonderful bread alternative which can actually help stabilize your blood sugar levels and assist in weight loss. Plus, eggplant contains vitamin C, B6, and K, and a cup contains 10% of the daily recommended intake for manganese. And eggplants contain powerful antioxidant anthocyanins, as well as the phytonutrients naceanine and chlorogenic acid, which may help protect against cancerous cell damage and lower the risk for heart disease. To make snack-sized roll-ups, cut an eggplant into long strips, add some seasoning, and bake in the oven for 15 minutes. You can now wrap the softened strips around your favorite healthy sandwich fillings. Number 2. Cucumber subs. Did you know that cucumbers are 95% water? But don't let that fool you. This salad veggie contains a wide array of vitamins and minerals. The list of beneficial nutrients within cucumbers include vitamin C, vitamin B9, aka folate, vitamin K, beta-carotene, potassium, and magnesium. 1 cup of cucumber contains just 16 calories, with about 4 grams of carbs and about 0.6 grams of fiber. Even though that carb-to-fiber ratio isn't exceptional, this low-carb, low-calorie veggie still boasts a GI score of only 15. So, this non-starchy veggie can help improve blood sugar control, increase hydration, and even reduce the risk for strokes and certain types of cancer. Plus, research shows that the anti-inflammatory compounds within cucumbers can help your body remove waste and may aid your body in reducing skin irritation. And as a bread replacement, there's nothing easier to prepare than the cucumber sub. Simply slice a cuke in half lengthways, then scoop out the middle and replace it with your favorite sandwich fillings. So, if you want to be cool as a cucumber, utilize this refreshing veggie for your next sandwich snack. Number 1. Portobello mushroom buns. Do you love those classic, succulent burgers, but don't want to roll the dice with those white bread buns? Here's the perfect burger bun replacement, and it's not even bread. With its uniquely rich, earthy taste and meaty texture, the portobello mushroom is already shaped like a bun. So this low-carb veggie can become your new favorite diabetes-fighting burger delivery system. A single portobello mushroom contains just 22 calories, 2 grams of protein, and only 4.25 grams of total carbohydrate, with about 1.3 grams of dietary fiber. This excellent carb-to-fiber ratio helps put the glycemic index rating of these mushrooms at close to 0. These mushrooms are chock full of nutrients, including vitamin D, manganese, phosphorus, and blood pressure-lowering potassium. In fact, a single portobello mushroom can contain about the same amount of potassium as a medium-sized banana. Plus, portobello mushrooms are a great source of the chemical compound BETAINE, which studies show has the potential to lower the risk of fatty liver disease. They also contain the powerful antioxidant ergothioneine, which may work to normalize blood sugar levels. And as about 90% of a portobello mushroom's content is pure water, this is one burger bun that will actually help to keep you hydrated. However, that does mean that portobello mushrooms can be hard to grip and a little messy to eat by hand. But if you can handle the truth about portobello mushrooms as a bread or bun substitute, you'll gain some truly amazing health benefits. So there you have it. These are our 8 best bread alternatives for diabetics. Are you already experimenting with healthy bread alternatives to manage your diabetes? What's your go-to white bread replacement choice? Let us know by commenting below. Oh, and don't forget to claim your 2 free gifts by clicking the link in the description. Also, remember to like this vid and subscribe to our channel. Here at Diabetes Smarts, it's our mission to bring you the best tips and tricks to help you fight obesity and better manage diabetes. Thanks for watching. Have a happy and healthy day.